To access the time and labor system, start by logging into your Employee Experience account or your Employee Experience mobile app. You will see on the right side of the screen a link to Time and Labor, or under the Account menu, a link to Time System Logon. Clicking that link will launch you into the Time and Labor system, your first screen being your schedule. On the left side of the screen is a calendar which contains your schedule. The gray blocks represent days that you are scheduled to work. The green icon with an airplane indicates a day that you would be off, and today's date will have a red line around the outside. If I click on today's date, I'll then be presented with the details of that date, and clicking on this chevron next to the word details will open up the details so that I can see I'm working ladder 1 as a firefighter. If I need to navigate to a different month of the schedule, I can use the calendar, which has triangles to the right and left of the date, to either move months forward or months backwards so I could see different dates in the calendar. Should I need to see my timesheet, I can click on the hamburger menu in the top left corner, which will open up the navigation panel. Under the star icon, there will be a category called My Schedule and Time, which may be closed, and I can open by clicking the chevron on the right side of the screen, and I can view my timesheet. When I view my timesheet, I can see any of the time that I've punched in and out from the clocks, and possibly any days that I've requested off that are already approved for time off. If I need to leave a note for my supervisor about something that's going on the shift today, I can click on the note field, and I can type a note to my supervisor and click save. That will email the supervisor the information in the note, and if I click on the note, it is also time-stamped with my name and the date and time that the note was added. If I open up the navigation panel, I can click on my schedule, which will take me back to my home screen, which is my schedule. So let's open the navigation panel again and go back to my timesheet. One of the other things that may occur is you may be out sick for several days and you are required to upload a doctor's note. So once you acquire that note and have it downloaded to your computer, navigate to the timesheet in which you are required to upload that note. In the top left corner of your timesheet, you'll see the dates that are represented in this timesheet, June 23rd to July 6th, and you'll also see those dates down the left side of the screen. So if I needed to go back into the period prior to this, which is where my sick note is required, I could use the previous button to move back to the timesheet from June 9th to June 22nd. And then in the top right menu, there is a Docs link. If I click on the Docs link and then click Upload Document, I can then choose the file from my computer. So on my computer, I go to where I have my doctor's note saved, click Open, and then I would click Upload to add it to the system. To request time off from my accrued balances would be to open up the navigation panel and click Time Off Balances, where I would be able to view my balances in hours and in days. If I'd like to request Kelly time, personal, sick, or vacation time, I can do that right from the bottom of each card in the system. Otherwise, if I click on Time Off and Trade Request, I can select any type of time off that may be available to me. So in this case, if I wanted to request a sick day, after I called off sick today, I could come into the system, request the day, select the date, and then put in the required comments, which in this case is my address and my phone number. When I click Submit Request, this is going to be sent to my supervisor. To request a trade, after confirming a trade with a partner, you'll need to request the trade through the system. Open the navigation panel. Under My Schedule and Time, click on Time Off and Trade Request. You'll start by selecting from the time off type, Trade Off. You'll then select whether it's full day or a partial day on the trade. In this case, we're going to take a partial trade for half of our shift. So we're going to choose partial date. We're going to select the date of the trade, which is the 29th. And then we're going to send from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And in the comments box, you're going to indicate who you're trading with. Trade with Rich D. When I submit the trade request, that is going to send an email notification to my manager. Once your trade is approved by the manager, you will receive an email notification back. When you receive that email notification, in order to confirm your trade, you must forward a copy of that email to the fire administration email that you've been instructed. Occasionally, based on a fairness report or a special event, there may be some additional shifts created that you would have the opportunity to request. If that happens, you will receive an email notification. In the top right corner of the screen, you'll see the email icon showing you that there is a new shift available, and it's giving you the dates and time for the shift. So clicking on the PrimePoint logo takes you back to your home screen, and at the top right of your schedule, you'll see there's a link here to show open shifts. When I click the Show Open Shifts button, the system is now searching across that particular month to see if there are any open shifts that have been posted for you. If we look to the calendar on the right, we'll see on the 30th there's a bunch of dashed lines. That's the indication that there is an open shift available. If we click on the 30th, which is currently showing that you're not scheduled, all the way over to the right side of the screen is a link. If we click on that link, it'll open up an open shift box, give you the opportunity to select that shift, and say Submit. That is now going to let your supervisor know that you're interested in that shift. And again, based on a fairness report, if it's assigned to you, you will receive a notification that your schedule has changed. Overtime that is not part of an emergency situation generally has to be requested in advance. In order to do that, open up your navigation panel, and under your My Schedule and Time link, you'll see there is a request for overtime. The reason you would be selecting would be pre-authorization, and the request type would be either for bulk or specific hours. So if you know the exact times that you're going to work, you could say specific hours, where you could choose a date and from and to times. Or if you don't know the exact hours, you could say bulk hours, where you could just choose the date, so June 28th, and the total number of hours, 4.0, and then the comment might be fire detail fireworks show. And then on the bottom right, you would click Submit Request to send this to the business administrator for pre-authorization. If you're approved, your supervisor will receive a confirmation back from the business administrator, and they will schedule you for that overtime.